Hey, with a total of 125 career wins with 6 major league teams, over 13 seasons in the big leagues, our next guest has decided to give back to the place that taught him the great game of baseball by playing golf.
It is an honor for me to introduce starting pitcher for my Los Angeles Dodgers, Ted Lilly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for being here with us.
Good morning. My pleasure.
Excited as a Dodgers fan. You're a California kid, born in the LA area, but raised in the foothills. Tell us about that. What was that like?
Yeah, we moved up there when I was 7 years old, and you know, I was fortunate to be able to grow up in the mountains, and you know, I still, you know, feel like that's my home. And
then you pitched over for Fresno City too.
Yep. So right out of school, I was fortunate enough to be able to go down to Fresno City and play for, you know, one of the best junior college baseball programs in the country.
Well, you're back in town to help your folks up at Yosemite High with the golf tournament. So how did this come about? Is it just something that one day you said, hey, I want to do something to help the folks that helped me?
Well, I was talking to a friend of mine, Jay, who I actually played with in high school, you know, a teammate who, you know, pretty amazingly, both of us ended up making it to the big leagues. And we were just kind of talking about things we could do to help out the community. You know, his kids are going to be, sooner than later, they're going to be going to, you know, playing baseball. And so he kind of came up with the idea, and we put it together, and he's been tremendous help.
Now tell us about the event. It's a golf tournament again. It'll be up there in, where will it be?
We're going to host it at Sierra Meadows, which is a great golf course. It's a little bit above the fog, so you know, chances are we should hopefully get some good weather, and it's going to be a fun day of golf. We're going to have, you know, numerous auction prizes, you know, signed balls from, you know, all-star games, and you know, jerseys and whatnot. So we'll have some, you know, Kershaw and Matt Kemp and some of the, you know, some of the big boys have
Do you have any ether there by any chance?
We don't this year.
Can you get some ether?
We don't,
by
but we can do that for you, Liz. Yeah.
Anything for Liz.
Absolutely.
Well, right now it's the off season for Major League Baseball. Yeah, you guys are scheduled to report to spring training in just what, 32 days?
I think so.
No,
yep.
No one's keeping track though.
Soon. I know that it's soon, and it you know, every year around this time you start getting a little bit antsy to get back.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun. I'm able to do a pretty cool job. That
you guys have a gorgeous spring training facility too.
It is. They put together a tremendous complex that we're sharing with the White Sox, and so last year was my first year over there, and it was a great facility, and we get a lot of support from our fans.
What do you like to do in the off season? You got a long season, you work hard, then all of a sudden, time to take a breather. What do you like to do?
Well, I started playing a little bit of golf again, and you know, I really, more than anything, I use that time to spend with family. You know, because we're so busy during the season, traveling all over the place, that I spent a lot of time with my son and my wife at home, and traveling to go see family. So more than anything, it's taking the opportunity to spend time with family, and then we have a ranch at home, so I kind of enjoy spending time out there and working on the ranch. So.
We took some questions from some of our viewers, if you don't mind. Michael wants to know how much of the little kid in you loves the game of baseball. How much of that little kid is still left when you suit up and hit the diamond?
That's a great question, Michael, and it's really everything to me. You know, every player kind of has their different motivations, but I think for me it's one of the things that keeps me going and feeling young. And it's even more important, you know, as you start to get a little bit older, but you know, I'd go play baseball 7 days a week with my friends still. So
awesome. One more question very quickly from Clarence Baldwin Jr. He says, what's the difference with pitching somewhere like Wrigley Field, which can be hitter friendly, as opposed to Dodger Stadium?
Well, you know, there's certainly some statistical difference. You know, you can't deny that. I think there's just pros and cons of pitching, and it depends on the weather in Wrigley. That's the X factor, without a doubt. And I've, you know, benefited from the wind blowing in many of days. So it's just it depends on the day that you're pitching, and how you might be pitching that day against what team. But it's, you know, one thing that's great about both those places is the energy of the fans, and it makes it, you know, it makes it pretty exciting to be able to pitch in those two ballparks. So.
One more quick question before we let you go. What's the latest on the ownership of the team? Have they told you guys anything?
No, they don't keep us informed.
Do you want to be bought by Disney?
Well, you know, I think that personally, like a lot of Dodger fans, I think that I'd like to be, you know, part of a group that really has a strong desire to compete and win.
Money doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, and so when you have owners that you know, that have the flexibility of you know, that financial flexibility to take some risks, then you know, you put yourself in a little bit better position.
Plus, you probably get discounts to Disneyland too.
That would be yes.
There's a bonus there.
Yes, and I'm sure my son will be pretty excited about that.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we thank you so much.
Thank you, Liz.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, my pleasure.
Thanks for your dedication to your school.
Absolutely.
Well, for more information on Ted's first golf tournament benefiting the baseball boosters at Yosemite, search the event on Facebook or just go to KMPH.com and click on news links where we've provided a link.